Has it been a while since you bought a house, or is this your first time? Well, stay tuned because I got some tips and tricks that you don't want to miss. Hi, this is Sarah Pinger with 1086 Realty Group at HomeSmart, and I have got some great tips and tricks for those people who haven't bought a house in a while, or this is your first time. Tip number 1, you definitely want to talk to a lender first and get pre-approved for a loan. Don't get a pre-qualification letter. You actually want to get pre-approved for a loan. The reason why we do this is, 1, the Arizona Association of Realtors purchase contract requires that we attach a pre-qualification form to every offer we submit. So really legally, if you want to stay in compliance, we have to be pre-approved for a loan. But not only that, how heartbreaking would it be for you if you were to go through the entire loan process, write the offer, look at homes, finally find the one that you absolutely love, and you get down to the closing table and you realize you can't afford that house. You potentially could be out earnest money, you could be sued for breach of contract. So there's a lot of things that go around that. You definitely just want to avoid it all, get pre-approved for your loan. Not only that, but when you're submitting an offer, especially in a highly competitive market like we're in right now, if you have a pre-qualification form from a lender, and that lender has actually put your loan through desktop underwriting and they have approval, your offer stands out a heck of a lot more than any of the offers that they get where they haven't talked to a lender yet. So it's definitely a great idea to talk to a lender before you start looking for a house. I should say, talk to a lender and get pre-qualified before you start looking for a house. Tip number 2, you want to talk to your lender and you want to ask them for a good faith estimate. Now, what is a good faith estimate? So this good faith estimate is going to give you exactly what your payment amount is going to be. So the lender is going to take your loan amount. They're going to take your interest rate. If you have a specific property that you're already looking at, fantastic. But if not, it's okay. They're going to take the average tax rate for the area and they're going to break that over by, divide it by 12 and then add that to your monthly payment. They're also going to get insurance. You have to have homeowners insurance. So they're going to get insurance and they're going to add that to your payment as well. So sometimes if you go to a mortgage calculator website, they're going to give you a payment, but they only give you principal and interest. A lender is actually going to give you principal, interest, if there's an HOA, property taxes, and insurance. So you want to be sure you're getting a true and accurate picture of what your monthly amount is going to be. Now, not only does the good faith estimate include what your payment is going to be, but it's also going to include how much money you need to come to the table with a down payment. How much is it going to cost to actually do the loan or have the lender write the loan for you? So the good faith estimate is going to also tell you how much cash out of pocket do you need to bring to the closing table when all is said and done. All right, tip number 3. This is going to sound crazy, but follow along with me, okay? Tip number 3, I want you to talk with 3 lenders, at least 3 lenders. You can talk to more if you want to, but at least 3. Don't just go with the first person that you talk to, and don't just pick the top name on a list. Go with at least 3. Now, I know there's going to be some red flags that come up for you. You're probably going to shake your head and say, Sarah, it's going to affect my credit. It's going to hit my credit 3 times if I talk to all 3 lenders. And that's actually not true. So the credit reporting agencies will know that if XYZ lender is checking your credit and ABC lender are checking your credit, they know that they're lenders. And so those credit reporting agencies are only going to have it hit your credit once instead of 3 times. You'll have to double check with your lender on the time frame, but I believe that you can do that, check with as many lenders as you want in a 45-day period, and it'll only affect your credit once. But definitely talk to, or definitely have each of the lenders run your credit because, like I said, it only hits you once, and you want these lenders to give you an accurate picture of what they can offer you. All right, tip number 4 when you're looking for a new home, and I know this is going to be a hard one to avoid, but do not acquire any new debt. Please do not acquire any new debt. If you are looking at furniture and whatever place you're looking at is running an amazing Memorial Day sale or an amazing Labor Day sale or you just have to buy this furniture sale, do not finance it, okay? This will increase your debt to income ratio. And unfortunately, if you finance it, you may not have a home to put it into. Same with a car. Do not buy a new car while you're purchasing a house. Do not co-sign on a new loan for anybody. If you do, you might be living in that new car. So it's very, very important that you do not acquire any new debt when you're looking for a new house. And the reason is this will affect your credit score. And if you're kind of borderline between certain programs anyway, it could drop your credit score and disqualify you for the loan. Not only that, but it could affect your DTI, which is also debt to income ratio. And you definitely don't want to do that because especially if you're borderline, because adding new debt could disqualify you for the loan. So do not, I'll put it again, not acquire any new debt while you're purchasing a home. Okay, tip number 5, when you're buying a new house, and this is going to be a hard one, I know, is do not settle. In this market, we are very limited on inventory right now, and I know that sometimes it's tempting to just, I'll just take that house. It's the only one available, or they're the only ones that are going to accept my offer. I do not recommend settling for a house because you will inevitably regret it later on. You'll be calling me a couple years later to sell it for you. Do not settle on a house. What I recommend to all of my buyers is create a list of, these are my must-haves, these are my it'd be nice to haves, and these are the I do not want this type of thing. And your must-haves, hopefully they can be a little flexible because sometimes you're not going to find a 100% house. So if the RV gate, be open-minded. Is there a place to put an RV gate? Great. Then maybe later on down the road you can add one. That could be maybe a must-have or a nice-to-have. But if you have 5 kids and you absolutely need 4 bedrooms, that would be a must-have, not a nice-to-have. So definitely make a list of what you must have, what would be nice to have, and what you cannot have. And then don't settle for a house. There will always be a new house that hits the market. There will always, the house that's right for you will come up on the market. So do not settle. Tip number 6. Okay, so tip number 6 is stick to your budget, okay? The lender gave you a budget or gave you a max amount that you can afford for a reason. I know that sometimes it's tempting to just go $5,000 more or $10,000 more, but if you do that, you're sacrificing other things. So I definitely don't want you to get outside of your budget. Not only that, but if we go a little bit more, you might not be able to qualify for the loan. So it's very important to stick to your budget. All right, tip number 7 is to get a home inspection. I cannot stress this one enough. The market that we're in right now is very competitive, and a lot of buyers are waiving the home inspection or not doing it, and I never recommend doing that. Perfect example, what if you don't get a home inspection, you move into the house and the sewer line collapses? That is a very big expense. You're looking anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 for that repair. And that is a must repair, right? I mean, that's your sewer line. So if you had done a home inspection, you could have at least known that that was something that you would have to fix later on down the road and then be prepared for that X amount expense. Or in Arizona, you can cancel the purchase contract based on that. Now, in Arizona, you have an opportunity, you have 10 days typically to do a home inspection or any other inspections on the property. And during that time, you can request that the seller make repairs. Now, if you go through a house and you're like, look, I don't care what repairs need to be done, I will waive the repairs. That's fine if that's what you want to do, but definitely don't skip that home inspection. The home inspector is going to go through and they're going to check all the system components in the house. They'll do a general inspection, and they will be the ones that'll find something that could be a drastic expense for you later on down the road. So you definitely want to go through. You want to know what you're getting into when you purchase this house. So definitely get a home inspection. Okay, so while we're talking about repairs and fixing, tip number 8, I would also get a home warranty on the house. You could certainly ask the seller to buy a home warranty for you, but sometimes, especially in a very competitive market, it's not going to happen. They are rather inexpensive. I think the most I've ever seen for a home warranty is between $600 and $800. And in the long scheme of things, it will definitely protect your home and the components of it. The home warranty is different from homeowner's insurance. We'll talk about that in another video. but the home warranty is going to cover components of your house if they fail. So if your HVAC system were to stop working, you can call your home warranty company. They'll send someone out to fix it for a small service fee. If your hot water heater stops heating water, starts leaking, if your toilets back up, if anything major that happens to the house, you can call the home warranty company. They will send someone out for a small fee, and if they'll try to repair it, and if they can't repair it, they will typically replace it for you. So it's definitely advisable to get a home warranty, at least for your first year of home ownership in a new home. Okay, tip number 9 when you're buying a new house is I always recommend to my buyers to drive the neighborhood, stalk it. Okay, this is gonna be the place that you live in, that you spend a lot of your time, and that you, if you have children, a lot of your kids will grow up in. So I always recommend drive the neighborhood. Drive it during the day, drive it at night, drive it on the weekends, drive it in the morning from the house to your place of employment, just to make sure you're okay with the commute. In the evening, on your way home from work, drive to the house to make sure you're okay with the commute. Spend some time there, definitely in your vehicle, but I would also walk the neighborhood as well. That'll give you a really good sense if you're walking and the neighbors are walking as well and they say hi to you. Is it a friendly? You can get a good feel of the neighborhood when you're walking around. I would also recommend on the weekends spending some time there. How is it on a Saturday night? Does Johnny in the house next door play drums at 10 o'clock at night every single Saturday? Does the neighbor next door get up early and start doing his yard work? These are all things that you want to investigate. Also, and I love recommending this to my clients, and I love when they do it, is knock on the doors for the neighbors' houses. Talk to the person who lives next door to the house that's for sale. Talk to the people across the street. These are people you are going to live around. Do you like them? Are they friendly? And they will also, more likely than not, give you the scoop on the house that you're buying. So you can find out a lot from the neighbors. Look, let's face it, they really don't care if you move in or not, unless you're really cool, then they care. But they really don't care if you move in or not, so they're gonna dish everything that they know about the property to you. So I definitely recommend driving the neighborhood and then also talking with the neighbors. You definitely wanna stalk your neighborhood. Okay, tip number 10. You want to get a knowledgeable real estate agent to help you out. I don't care if you're buying a new build where they say, no, you don't need an agent. You do. You need a real estate agent. You need someone who knows the paperwork, who knows the rules, and who knows the laws, who can best negotiate for you on your behalf. So definitely find a good real estate agent for you. In Arizona, the seller pays for the buyer's agent's commission, so you don't have to pay for it. It's completely free to you. If you are in the greater Phoenix area and you're looking for a great real estate agent, I would be honored to help you. Just please feel free to send me a message or shoot me a text. That, folks, is my 10 tips if you're buying a home for your first time or if it's been a while. I hope you enjoyed what you heard today. If you did, give me a comment down below and just let me know what you learned or what your key takeaway is from this. And then if you could, hit that like button and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Every Wednesday I post a new video about everything and anything related to real estate here in the greater Phoenix area. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you soon.